I'm from the land down under, where the sun is hot and bright, beaches cool and waves of thunder. Morning turns to golden night. So much there is to see, my friend, from the city to the shore. Grab a stool, we'll find an end to keep us wanting more. Down under's calling, can't you hear? Echoes in the breeze, feel the magic everywhere, in the rustling of the trees. Mountains rise and rivers flow, adventures wait around. Meet the world on a winding road in every little town. Oh, the land, it seems to me, with a tune as wild as sea, hands up high and voices free. Down under's where I'll be. Down under's calling, can't you hear?
Backpacked in the hallway, boots by the door for one stay home. The calendar's finally empty, phone on silent, radio on low. You've carried strangers' midnights, stayed till every siren faded out. Today you're bored in sunshine, leaving all that weight on the dock for now. Helping hands for cruising puts the heroes on the weight. First to run into the fire, now you're sailing toward a change. From the station, from the front line, to an ocean-colored view. Helping hands for cruising helps the world say thank you to you.
Well, g'day, Jimmy. How you going, buddy? Nice to have you on board.
Good morning, Shaun. Welcome to Cup of Joe Live. How's it going?
Well, it's going well. It's going well. What about you?
It's going fine. Today's Wednesday, June 10th, 2026. Don't forget to hit the like button, share us out, and subscribe if you are so inclined.
Now, let me say this openly. Do not touch any buttons.
Oh, I'm touching.
Don't you freaking dare. The last time you did this, you shut us out. Hey, folks, today's a rather important session for us. As you can see, we are broadcasting out on the Down Under Cruises, the Astute Tourist, and more importantly, we're going out on Helping Hands for Cruising. And the reason is we're doing an interview today with Jimmy, because that clip that we played beforehand was for the Heroes Cruise, which is coming up in 2028. Jimmy, you are coming on that cruise.
I plan on coming on that cruise. I planned on coming on the last cruise, but things got in the way. So, pending anything that gets in the way, I will be on the cruise.
Yeah, well, before we get stuck into our interview, let me run into the chat very quickly and say g'day to a couple of people. G'day, Shirley. Welcome aboard. Nice to have you here. We've got Danny. G'day, Danny. Welcome aboard. Nice to have you here. Who's this astute tourist? Do you know?
I have no idea.
Yeah, no idea either. So Magic Fabric Magician, welcome aboard. Nice to have you here.
That's Annette. Say good morning to Annette.
Good on you. Thank you. G'day, Annette. Well, hello, Mom. Welcome aboard. Nice to have you here.
Hi, Mom.
Let me see who else is in there. People are saying g'day to each other, which is awesome. Michael Ann, welcome aboard, Michael Ann. Nice to have you here. G'day.
Morning, Michael Mann.
At least Michael Ann's learning to speak Aussie properly, which is really awesome. What else have we got? We got everybody saying good day to everybody, which is nice. We've got Aaron. Welcome aboard, Aaron. Nice to have you here, buddy. Good morning, astute. What? Good morning, astute people in all hemispheres and all time zones. I'd agree with that. Thank you very much. Michael Ann, that would be awesome to finally meet you, Jimmy.
It would be well, it's always awesome to meet me, but I would think it would be awesome to meet you as well, Michael Ann. Can't
Hang
wait.
on. I'm going to go on that discussion in a minute. Excuse me, meet you. G'day, Didi. Welcome aboard. Nice to have you here. How you going? Let me see. Who else have we got here? We've got a few people saying g'day to each other, which is good. Lone Cross Scotty, welcome aboard. Nice to have you here.
Scott?
Nice, good language here. G'day, mate. How's that? That's working really fantastic. You are now Australianized. All right, let's start this off, Jimmy. Jimmy, your
Well,
background is
I'm a Gemini.
a
I
Gemini.
like long walks on the beach.
Yep. You started life out as a baby.
Yes, I started out as an infant and slowly grew up to be the fat, gray-haired, old, balding man that I am today. No, sorry, go ahead.
I have one thing on you. I will never be grey. I might be fat, but I'll never be grey.
Well, you don't have any hair.
That's exactly my point. When did you actually go into the fire service?
Oh, golly. A long, long, long time ago. I started in the fire service in 1983, a year after I graduated high school, or maybe even 6 months after I graduated high school.
So what made you do that?
That's a tough question. You know, I wasn't the kid that said as a little boy, I'm going to be a firefighter when I grow up. I was going to be everything. I was going to be an astronaut, a doctor. When I was in high school, I thought I wanted to become a police officer.
Yep.
But I spent some time with a police department, and there's nothing wrong with them. It's just not the person that I wanted to, or I didn't want to be that kind of person, spend the rest of my life doing what they did. So I had a friend of mine who lived in the neighborhood where I grew up, and he had mentioned that he was on the fire department.
Yep.
So here in the U.S., in a lot of towns in America, we have basically volunteer, they call them combination departments. So they're full-timers as well as what they call call firefighters. So you're on call, but you're not a full-timer. So you come to the calls when you can. So that's how I started. In '83, I was 19, and I get on the call department just for something to do and see what it was like. And
then it stuck.
yeah, you know, some people jump out of airplanes for fun or ride roller coasters. I'm one of the many in this country, in the world, that run into burning buildings for fun. So it's the greatest job on the planet.
I'll tell you something in a minute. Let me just do this quickly. The real Robert Rockwell, mate, stay as long as you like. We're really grateful that you are here.
I'm sending out some prayers to Robert and his family too. He's got some stuff going on. So
Oh, well,
prayers to you, my friend.
like I say, we're really grateful that you're here. Danny, say what? Shaun has no hair? Guys, seriously. Hey, I can tell you, I save a screaming fortune on hair products. It's the furniture polish that kills me. G'day, Lee. Welcome aboard, buddy. Nice to have you here. I got it right, I hope.
Yeah, that's Lee.
Yep. G'day, Shazza. How you doing?
Hi, Sharon.
I believe you've made 728,000 million earrings at the moment. It's our pleasure, Robert. I mean, we care about everybody, as you will see from this. Thank you for your service as a first responder from Michael Ann.
You're
And
welcome.
that's one of the things I did want to bring up is so as you know, we've got the Heroes Cruise coming up. That was that lead in that we were talking about, and we're putting on that cruise. We're looking for recipients, 10 recipients. We've currently got one kind of finalized and another one in the works, and another two with the possibilities. So we're looking to put 10 people on that cruise. Now, what that cruise will do is honor the heroes. And for us, the heroes are vets, first responders, Gold Star families, and anything that's in that vein. So, whilst you may or may not like the term, Jimmy, you are a hero to some, in that you will run into a burning building.
Well,
As re-
the saying goes, when the sane people are running away from it, the crazy ones are running into it.
Yep, understood. At the end of the day, though, we do things for a reason. And in the last set, we were talking to the military guys, and obviously, military has had their issues. What about the fire service? What are some of the issues that the fire service has?
Issues as far as what? Can you define the question a little
Well,
better?
what
What
makes
do you mean by
what
issues?
what makes somebody have a meltdown? What causes them to do a PTSD type thing?
Oh, I see what you mean. So yeah, some of the issues involved with firefighting, obviously, is we deal with humans and human beings usually at their worst, whether they're having a bad day at home, maybe some issues like you mentioned mentally.
Yep.
We do, all these EMS calls. We do everything from uh, transport somebody that appears to be fine to the hospital, and everything in between, from people doing really bad things to each other, and I mean like violently doing bad things. So after firefighters, cops, veterans, we have to deal with post-traumatic stress. Some of us deal with it better than others. Some may not even have to deal with it, um, which is good for them. The problem is that it can rear its ugly head at any time. I went 30 plus years without an issue, and then started to have some nightmares, daymares, things like that. So PTSD is a big thing that we deal with, and not just the fire department, but police, as well as military people as well. So
Let me just interrupt you here for a second. Michael Ann says that the first recipient is a first responder and is the first Canadian.
right on.
So
Awesome.
first in the bag is the first responders. PD, your mantra always is PMA.
Yeah. Yeah.
What got you involved in PMA for starters?
It was my wife, believe it or not. Um, I had been dealing with the stresses that come with the job, and I was having a hard time. Before I was diagnosed with having post-traumatic stress disorder, you kind of think you're going crazy. You don't know what's up. Everything. I got in a really dark place. I was depressed. Everything was negative with me, and I couldn't understand why these negative things continued to happen to me, until my wife she got me to realize that we manifest. We can manifest things that happen in your life just by thinking about them. And I've talked about this during my show. People can believe it or not, but it's true. So she got me to start buying into having a positive attitude versus having a depressed negative attitude. And it didn't happen overnight for me, but once I did, things started to turn around. Yeah, PMA, man, positive mental attitude. It's the way to go. It's a real thing. It's real energy. Um, and those like energies are drawn to each other. So if you're thinking negatively all the time and everything seems bad, you're just going to draw more negativity into your life. Negative people, negative things. Um, I'm living proof when I say that. It's just not a tagline.
Yeah.
It works.
And the funny thing is, the industry that you're in, the fire service, whether it's the fire service, the police service, you're involved in those frontline areas, and also paramedics to a great extent as well. Paramedics, I mean, the sort of things that you see on a day-to-day basis, the crap you got to put up with on a day-to-day basis, can certainly send you down that rabbit hole.
Yeah. And you've said it. I mean, there's a lot involved um, within our business. We work for the public. I
Yeah,
work for people like me,
yeah,
taxpayers. And, they're not all happy all at the same time, and then there's a select group of people that don't like you for whatever reason. I mean, this fire service in a whole, they think we have a do nothing job. They don't think we do anything. They think we sit around and play billiards all day waiting for a call to come. And that's just part of it. And then you have to deal with the monetary side of it, trying to deal with, like I said, taxpayers like me who don't want to pay more taxes, but inflation continues to happen every year. So we put up with a lot. It's not just the nasty calls itself. We deal with
yeah.
everything.
Have you seen the last couple of things that I put up there? One was Mom saying that Colleen was your angel, and still is.
Yes, indeed. I don't think. I mean, we've been through a lot. You guys who follow my channel and you know me, um, especially the last 2 years, we've had a lot of stuff going on, which is related to
Man,
my
you've been
job.
to hell and back.
Yeah, we've had a rough go of it, but we're on the other side. So, but yeah, the constant throughout the whole thing has been my wife, and the saying that you love somebody more and more every day, and that's true with her and
I'm
I.
I'm with you 150,000%. I think you and I punched way above our pay grade.
Yeah, yeah. Absolutely. So yeah, I couldn't have done this without her. I mean, we're partners for a reason, and like we said in the when the cancer diagnosis and that came, um, we we uh, we promised ourselves that we wouldn't think about anything negative or anything bad. We were going to focus on just getting through it and kicking its ass, and that's what we did. We
And
remained
you
positive.
certainly did that. You certainly did that, and that was absolutely amazing. I do have one issue with you, and Mum would agree with me on this particular issue. It's got to do with two wheels.
Well, it's not happening.
Well, Lee's on your side. Jimmy's a great guy. I'm glad to meet that channel.
Yeah, thank you, Lee. Thank you.
Yeah.
Someday maybe we'll actually meet in person.
You never know. Maybe Lee could join us on the Heroes Cruise. What do you reckon?
That would be fantastic. I'd love everybody that come into our chat and watch our shows to join us if they could. It'd be great.
So let me ask you the question now. To bring that I've mentioned the Heroes Cruise to someone who's gone through what you've gone through. How would that cruise benefit them?
Well, I think, you know, anybody that's been on a cruise, you kind of get it. It's it's a means to be able to just kind of forget about real life for a little bit and have a good time. You get enveloped on in everything that's going on. Um, to me, a cruise ship is like a hotel that floats. You know, you can drive it places, and they're spectacular. I think it's a good distraction for people that deal with a lot of stress. You know, nurses and firefighters, cops, veterans. I just think it's anything that you can do to distract you from your everyday stuff, I think is good. And a cruise is a fantastic way to do it. You
Yep.
I mean, you forget about all the you know the worries, the everyday worries. You don't need to worry about it because everybody does everything for you on a cruise ship.
Correct.
It's awesome.
Even your fellow cruisers, to some extent,
Correct. Yeah.
because they're with you, they're supporting you. Let me just go back. I did highlight those things in the chat, but I will bring it up. Danny is saying that if you go to Helen, you'll meet up with her.
Yes. Well, we'll see what we can do, Danny.
Thank you, Lee, for going on the two
Thank you,
chats.
Lee.
Also, Mike from Cruise Ship Drone came on in, so Danny's saying good day to Mike as well. So
Morning,
welcome
Mike.
aboard, Mike. Nice to have you here. And Mike, at some point, I wouldn't mind catching up with you too, if that's okay with you. One of the things that we have got is we've got recipients who are, we hope to have recipients who are Gold Star families. So Gold Star in the military is a little bit different to Gold Star in the fire service. Do you have any access to any Gold Star families in the fire service?
Um, I may. Yes, I may.
And if that's the case, are there any that we could nominate to come on board the cruise with us as well?
I will look into that. So one of the obviously one of the things that is near and dear to my heart now is cancer initiatives, and in the fire service where I live in New England, the danger of the job is always there. You know, building collapse, that kind of thing, getting trapped. But cancer's a big one now. It used to be that cardiac disease was the number one killer of firefighters, but now it's become cancer. And I have a couple friends of mine and acquaintances that have passed away, firefighters that have passed away as a result of the cancer. So I would look at them as gold star. So let me talk to some people and we'll see if we can get something going.
Question: do they know what they can attribute the cancer, the cause of the cancer to?
My cancer or cancer in general?
Well, the firefighters that generally suffer cancer.
So it's not one particular type of cancer that is more prevalent than others within the fire service. I had leukemia, which is cancer of the blood. I've had friends that have had colon cancer, and it's spread throughout his whole body. He's stage 4 right now. He gets chemo every week for the rest of his life. I have friends and acquaintances who have passed away from lung cancer and prostate cancer, testicular cancer. And Michael Ann hit it on the head. It's exposures to toxins. In the fire service in this country, it's probably the same in other countries as well. The fires, we can be our own worst enemies sometimes because the things that we create and develop to protect us can sometimes be the things that harm us. So and what I'm talking about is some of the extinguishing agents that we use are toxic, and we get that all over us. It has PFAS in it. If you know, look that up. It's an acronym, PFAS, polyfluoro something or other, bad methyl ethyl bad stuff, as we would say in my business. Um, so yeah, just the gear alone that we wear and those extinguishing agents, they've discovered over time that they're carcinogens, and that could be what's been killing us. But just the gear that I wear has PFAS in it. You know, you see the firefighters in their heavy coats and the pants in that. It has PFAS. Imagine that.
You're walking
So
around. You're walking around with cancer-causing stuff, right?
absolutely.
Vaporized methyl ethylene bad shite is a player in cancer. Um, Aaron's in the Aaron Smith is in the fire service. We've got Tuba Chat in the chat. Welcome aboard.
Hey, Kevin.
Thank you, Kevin, for sharing out on Reddit. Sharon is saying good morning to Mike. And a couple of people are saying good day to each other, so I'll just skip over the good days and get to the important thing. Aaron is also saying, and Scuba and Deacon can only go so far.
Right. So, for those of you guys that don't know, SCBA, that self-contained breathing apparatus, that's the oxygen, because people think we're taking oxygen in the building with us. It's really just air. It's just room air.
It's air.
But the u- the use of the SCBA, so when I started in the fire service, the equipment and the uses were different than today. The equipment was antiquated back then, and then certain practices during fires, we would take that air pack off. And what we've discovered since is that one of the most dangerous times during a building fire is when the fire is out, because all of those combustion gases remain hidden within the building, in the walls and the ceiling. And we open those walls and ceilings up because we look for extension, we look for fire. You know, fire is kind of like electricity and water. It'll follow the path of least resistance, and it'll get into wherever it can get into. So when we start pulling, in the old days when we were pulling ceilings and walls apart, our commanders would tell us, hey, take those packs off, they're too heavy. You know, the fire's out, take them off. Little did we know we were inhaling
The
carbon
toxins.
monoxide, hydrogen sulfide, all of that stuff. Yeah, yeah.
It's interesting you guys didn't take any gas testing monitors with you.
We do now. So c- now compared to back when I started, it's a whole nother animal. So SCBA's stay on all the time until we clear the building. So firefighters, if they're in the building, they're have their SCBA's on until we go in with the monitors and we clear the building and make sure that there's zero ppm's in the building as far as any of the gases. So, and that's when they can doff or take off their SCBA's and to clean up the operation and that. Also, uh, when I first started, are you familiar with the term salty?
No.
So here in this country, if you're salty, you're an experienced, tough, you know, you're the old experienced dog, you
Okay.
know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So in the old days, and I don't know if John Gaylor's here, but or any other firefighters, you would know that keeping your helmet covered in soot, that was like a badge of courage. You know, we never washed our helmets and stuff. You know,
So there you had all the toxins.
so now you're wearing that stuff around on every call you go to.
Yeah.
So now, once we're done at a building fire, they have to take off all of their equipment and their uniform included, and it all has to be washed in a special wash machine that's called an extractor. And then those firefighters have to go take a shower and then, you know, put on clean gear. We didn't do that in the old days.
But in
We
the
do
old
it.
days, you'd clean the pump when you got back to the station.
Oh yeah, well the hose got cleaned, the trucks got cleaned, the equipment got cleaned, but we didn't get cleaned.
Isn't that amazing? The most important piece of the equipment, and you
Yeah,
forget about it.
our own worst enemy.
Correct.
Yeah.
We got Carol Walters in the
Hey,
chat. Welcome
Carol.
aboard. Denise has given us the full explanation of PFAS.
Thank you, honey. Yeah, there's PFAS and there's PFOS. They're both bad. Yeah.
Carol is also saying that they've got a high today of 93, chance of thunderstorm in North Kakalaki, where she's from.
Right on, Carol.
Aaron has gone old salt.
Right.
There's a couple of people saying good day to Karen and back and forth. And let's see, Mike is saying he'd love this chat, very interesting about your career and what you face on a daily basis, all the dangers. Thanks, Jimmy, for your service and your information. Great show.
You're welcome.
Jimmy, if you were doing it all over again, how would you do it differently?
That's a good question. If I could go back and see my younger self, I'd tell him, wash your gear, take a shower, keep your pack on. But yeah, those are that. If I could go back to talk to myself, I would. That's what I would do different. People have asked me, you got cancer and that. Would you still be a firefighter? It's a hard question to answer. But most likely, I still would be a firefighter.
Why?
It's hard to explain. The firefighters out there know what I'm talking about. I don't have a job where I go into an office every day and stare at a computer screen every day for 40 hours a week. I have a job that's very, very dynamic. It's ever changing, and it encompasses a lot. A plumber. Let's just say a plumber. He's a plumber or she's a plumber. They do plumbing.
Yeah.
Electricians, a CEO of a company. He's a CEO or she's a CEO. We're jacks of all trade in my business. I have to know a little bit about everything, enough to just get us in trouble. I have to know about flammable gases and combustible liquids, and I have to know about electrical and plumbing and building construction, and I have to know about chemistry and hydraulics, and yeah, my day is not boring, and every day is a little bit different. I have a position with a title. I'm the investigator and the inspector for the town, as well as the deputy fire chief. But to be a firefighter, you have to know all of those things as well as other. And Carol's talking about EMTs. We all here in the States, so you mentioned paramedics.
Yeah.
Where I live, almost all paramedics are firefighters as well. There are
So,
private EMS companies that they're strictly just EMTs and paramedics. But in my
yeah.
service, they're firefighters. We're all EMTs, and some of us are paramedics as well.
So we have a slightly different setup here in that the fire service is the fire service. They back up the paramedics. If the paramedics are too busy, and right now half the paramedics are spending their time ramped up at a hospital for whatever reason, but the firefighters will go out there and assist until the paramedics actually arrive. But the person who's carrying them is the paramedic, and they are a separate entity altogether.
Gotcha.
And each state has their own, not each city. So you guys are a little bit more split up. Aaron is saying clean everything except for the PPE. I'm hoping
And
you
that's,
throw the.
I'm sorry.
I was going to say I'm hoping you throw the PPE away.
Well, The PPE is the gear that we wear. That's the coat and the pants and all of that stuff. Yes, we used to clean everything except the PPE, so it's different now.
All
Everything,
right.
including the PPE and us, we all get cleaned.
Okay,
The
because
first
with
thing,
us, PPE includes the gloves, and the gloves get thrown out.
yeah, I mean, yeah, that term encompasses everything. But I think Aaron is he's I it, if I could read into what he's saying, I think he's specifically talking about our turnout gear and that kind of thing. So
Mom is saying that the Brotherhood is fantastic.
yeah, it's amazing. The fire service. I've never been involved in another occupation that has such a camaraderie in a family. There may be some out there. I'm not trying to belittle any other profession, but mine is very special. Um, we're a helping business. We help people, but we also take care of each other.
And that's the
When one of
important bit.
us, yeah, when one of us is having a hard time, we step up and help them. And they did it for me when I got sick. And I owe a debt of gratitude to my sisters and brothers in the fire service because they came out, they organized fundraisers for me, they organized for blood donors and bone marrow donors and things like that. It just, they went above and beyond, and that's what they do. They do it for all of us.
But they did it because they know you do the same.
Yeah, and I have done the same. It's hard. It's hard when you're on the other side.
Yep.
I've been on the delivery side of it,
Yep.
helping, a firefighter with because they're having problems. We've done carpentry work, or we raise money for them, or things like that. But being on the receiving side it's very hard. Um, it was
I,
very hard for me to accept help
I,
from my friends.
I can understand that. You're a proud man. I can understand that. Carol is saying, thank you for all our EMT, EMS workers and firefighters. You do a dangerous job for us to keep us safe. Thank you very much. I appreciate you all and I love you all. I can
Thank you.
say from the part of the first aiders environment, I really appreciate that statement because we love you back and we wouldn't do it if it wasn't. I don't know about you, Jimmy, but I find it's atrocious. I might walk down some of the streets in Melbourne here and see somebody lying on the floor and notice people stepping over that casualty on their way to doing whatever it is they're doing,
Yeah.
and they don't jump in to help.
Yeah, that happens in this country as well. Where I live, I'm more in a rural setting. I know Melbourne's a big city,
Yep.
but I live the largest city in the state abuts my town. There's 100,000 plus people that live there, and it's the same thing. People are afraid. They're scared. They don't care. Whatever it is, I don't know. I couldn't do that.
Michael Ann says the rescue unit of their department are usually there before the EMS gets there.
Yeah. So some departments, and Michael Ann's in Canada, right?
Yep.
So they may do things a little bit different, but it's similar here where some fire departments have a rescue that'll go ahead. They'll the ambulance may be coming from another town or a little further away. So your first line of defense are the rescue on the department, and then the ambulance comes in after. My department, I have 24 full-time firefighters on my department. We have 6 per day, so we have 4 groups. Uh, we run 2 ALS ambulances 24/7. So advanced life support ALS.
Yep.
All of our fire engines and our ladder is an ALS response vehicle as well. So to be ALS, we have to have at least one paramedic on duty every day, 24/7, and we're able to provide that. So we do transport as well. So
Aaron is saying that NBC had a series called The Third Watch. It was set in a fire department New York house that housed EMT and firemen. One character started on the truck but rotated out to the bus. So from our point of view, what we've got is the fire department here all does advanced first aid. So they are basically up to just under paramedic status. Paramedics here will then jump onto what you'd call the bus or the ambulance. They are housed separately. The departments are not interlinked. So in the state of Victoria, we have Ambulance Victoria. And then, of course, the fire departments are separate. So for all the ambulance, all the emergency services, because we do have non-emergency patient transfer ambulances as well. All the emergency ambulances here all fall under the Ambulance Victoria banner. And then, of course, there's one for New South Wales and one for Queensland, etc., etc. Funnily enough, St John Ambulance, which is a third-party provider, does the ambulance service for Perth, for Western Australia. So, first aid company providing ambulance service for the state.
I'm sorry, say that again?
A third-party provider provides the ambulance service for the state of Western Australia. So,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Yeah, we like I said, my department, we have ambulances. It's part of the fire department. Our firefighters will cross man pieces, so they may be assigned to an engine, but if we have our frontline ambulance go out, they may have to cross man and go to the ambulance if we have another EMS call. So they're doing dual roles while they're on duty. So like I said, we firefighters have to be jacks of all trades, including the medical trades. So yeah.
Michael Ann is saying one of her favourite shows when she was younger was called Emergency, which was about a fire department.
Yep.
We've got Cruise Life 22. Hey guys, back from Normandy.
Hey, Pete.
Unreal experience. Welcome back.
Right on, Pete.
Normandy, hey? Did you storm the beaches like Kenny did in... No, sorry. He was doing that asleep. He couldn't have done that. That was...
Where is Kenny? How come he's not in the chat?
Kenny never is in the chat whenever I'm on. He doesn't like my aftershave.
I don't have my sound effects stuff either, so...
Maybe he's too busy making coffee. Speaking of which, let me see. Let me do this.
Wake up.
Good morning.
Damn.
And hot.
Today's gonna be good. Gonna find my way. Sun's up. Chase the clouds away. Today's gonna be good, no matter what they say.
That's right, folks. That is right. No matter what they say, it's going to be a great day. Never let the bastards wear you down. Best sip of the day, folks. Good morning.
100%. Cheers.
Cheers.
Now, Danny made a very appropriate comment here. She said, Kenny's probably sleeping or on the toilet. How about sleeping on the toilet?
Yeah, well, could be. I doubt he's sleeping at this point, but I bet he's on the toilet.
Danny is saying, how's my YouTube sister Mandy? That's awesome. And Shirley, thank you very much. I really appreciate that, folks. On all three channels, Helping Hands for Cruising, the Down Under Cruisers, and the Astute Tourist, please go ahead and hit that like button. We don't mind if you channel surf at all. People are saying g'day, they're feeling good, everybody's happy. Pete is saying that all 5 beaches, Omaha was defo the most emotional one, and the vlogs will come in on time. You know what? We look forward to seeing those ones.
Yeah.
It'll be absolutely amazing when they do come on, and I can imagine that they did have a bit of an emotional tag. Denise is saying, "Hey there, Pete. That's the bucket list trip for sure." I thought Australia was. Danny's saying either toilet or waiting for Sylvia.
Sylvia, yeah, she's his cap worker.
All right. So Jimmy, what would you say to somebody about any of your fire mates who are not recipients? We'd love them to come join us on the cruise. What are you going to say to them? What would you say to them about joining us on board the cruise?
Well, I would just explain to them about Helping Hands for cruising and what the goal of the organization is, which is to provide, dream vacations, a vacation cruise dream of a lifetime kind of thing for people. Obviously, people that don't think that they could do it or can't afford to do it. But going one step above, creating a cruise that's going to honor veterans, firefighters, police, first responders, nurses, I think is a great thing. And I'm definitely going to try to get those folks to sign up and come on the cruise. They do cruise, I know they do. So this may be something that maybe we can get some folks from my department as well as the area departments to be part of. So when the time is right, I'll probably blanket some of the area fire departments with the information and see if we can get some folks. Once we know the cruise dates and all of that stuff.
Yeah, I was meant to have a chat with Bruce today. I'll talk with him tomorrow, but yeah, we'll find out more details. G'day, Chet. Welcome aboard, buddy. Nice to see you
Hey,
here.
Chet.
Aaron is saying there's room in the bucket for both Australia and Normandy, the wallet. Well, maybe a different story.
Right.
Well, you just get your butt down here. Come and enjoy the good. Well, everybody's complaining about the snakes. You guys have more worries about snakes than we do. But come on down, come check us out and have some fun with us. It's a great country. And maybe you'll be lucky enough to get to see places like Australia Zoo and Steve Irwin Country, etc. So, channel-wise, what have you got happening this week?
Not a whole lot. Friday, we got Cup of Joe Free for All Friday at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, like we normally do. Hopefully, I'll be joined by all the rest of the crazies. Kenny is my partner channel. I didn't know if you guys knew that, but Kenny and I partnered up a long time ago. We became partner channels together, and he's pretty much been with me from the beginning. He Kenny comes and goes, marches to his own band, which is great.
Yeah, he does. He does his own thing.
But yeah, we got that coming up. This weekend should be a glorious weekend weather-wise.
Yep.
And I'm just going to spend time enjoying that two-wheel thing that you don't like.
The two-wheel thing is fine. It's just that what happens if it goes wrong? That's what your beloved mother and I are worried about. What happens if it goes wrong?
Wow.
Aaron is saying, have you heard what Jen Cohn is doing through her Alaska group cruise? Yes, Aaron, fully aware. She has Helping Hands for Cruising's blessing for that particular cruise. We have both she and her mate Shannon are putting that cruise together, and she's looking for any donations for her birthday to be put into Helping Hands for Cruising. But more importantly, the more people they put on a cabin, she's actually negotiated with NCL to actually donate one of those cabins to the Heroes cruise, which we've got coming up. So that's amazing. So the more people that go on Jen's cruise, it's going out of Seattle and heading up towards Alaska on the NC. Oh, hang on, I've got to find it. Give me a second. I think I've got it here. No, I don't. I'll have to go and look for it. But anyway, she's both she and Shannon have done an amazing negotiation. So guys, go and look at Jen's channel, jen.cohen. and find out more about their cruise, because that'll benefit Helping Hands as well. So, Jimmy, at the end of the day, firefighting, is it a yes thing?
It's the greatest job on the planet. Firefighting, greatest job on the planet. I couldn't think of doing anything different in my life.
So when I was 16, I was living in South Africa, in Johannesburg at the time. They had an organization called Civil Defense. So what Civil Defense did was it provided volunteers to the fire service, both the fire and the ambulance service. So guess who did fire training up on a roof on a fire station?
Ah, look at you.
So I was a volunteer firefighter at one point. It really created some interesting things there, because in those days you would have the person manning the end of the hose, and then somebody backing them up, because if the pump was stuck on full blast, you'd be floating all over the top of the roof. Well, guess what happened? I was holding the end of the hose and I wasn't properly being backed up, and I was actually floating above the roof.
Yeah, not for long.
No. Carol is saying her sister's taking a Disney cruise in January and she gets to take her grandkids. She wants to go. She wants to be one of the grandkids. She told her, can she come? Yeah. You know what? It's fun. You'll enjoy. If you do get an opportunity to go, enjoy. Chat saying g'day. I'm just flicking through things. Welcome to Cup of Joe Live. We don't stink. No, we don't. It's the NCL Bliss, Denise thinks. I'd have to check it out with the dates, and I'll come back with that. Again, Aaron saying g'day to Mike. So, where do we go from here, Jimmy? What's next? What's
For
on
me?
your mind? What's next?
What's next?
Yeah.
Well, I was planning on retiring in this year, but that's not going to happen. So what's next? Continue to work for a little bit. Colleen and I have plans. The plans that we had before I got sick are still in play. We're going to semi-retire at some point and go on the road, take the RV and just travel around. Set up our home base in the beautiful paradise-like state of FLA, Florida. I just
So
love it
you're
down there.
finally going to follow your mother.
Yeah, well, kinda. Yeah, to the same state anyway, not to where she
Seriously?
lives.
What's taking you so freaking long?
Well, I've had a couple things happen to me in the last couple of years, so.
Aaron is saying that here in the States, what they call civil defense was more Cold War related rather than public safety. No, for us in South Africa, civil defense was sort of like you were there to assist the fireys, and every weekend we'd provide a shift out there for the fireys. Training was fun. It was every Wednesday evening, actually, there are some stories. My dad actually was on the ambulance service, and it was very interesting because at that time apartheid was still a big thing. So there were ambulances for whites and ambulances for blacks, and it was interesting. It all depends on who you see and what you see. Denise is saying that it is the NCL Bliss. G'day, Jen. Welcome aboard. Nice to have you here.
Hi,
Hey,
Jen.
Jen, tell us about your cruise. I've been trying, but I haven't got all the words in place. Tell us about your cruise. It would be great if other group cruises on NCL would negotiate lift and shifts or freebie cabins to HH4C's Heroes Cruise. That would be awesome. That really would. So Jen is saying that they're sailing on the NCL Bliss May the 29th to the June the 5th on the 2027. So that's what's happening with that cruise. All right, Jimmy, you've got 5 minutes.
All right.
Because I
Well-
know that you're off to work, aren't you?
Yeah. I'll be probably on the road in 10 minutes or so.
Yep.
Maybe 15. But
So what I want
this
to
has
know
been
is
good.
if you
Thank
want to
you.
go out with the PMA and
Yeah, we can. I mean, it's still Cup of Joe. It's hump day. Thank you guys for coming in. Don't forget we love you all. Hit that like button, share us out, subscribe. Do me a personal favor, go over to HH4C when we're done here, if you're not there already, and make sure that you like and share that out. We want to try to get them to 500 subs here very quickly if we can. Share it out to all your friends. Tell all of your friends about HH4C. We're a great organization and we're helping people. I'm in the helping business. That's what I do for my job, so as you know. So we like to help people. We like to share the fun. And one of the things as a first responder, people would ask me, well, why do you like it so much? To see the faces of the people, the relief when we come to them, they have this sense of relief. You can see it in their face. That's one of the reasons why I do it, because people feel helpless and hopeless, and then we show up, and there may be a glimmer of hope there when we show up to try to help them. So the same thing for these Gold Star families and the veterans, wounded vets and firefighters and that. Some of these gals and guys, they've been hurt and they can't afford to do things. So maybe providing them with a week-long cruise of fun to help them forget some of the real life stuff that's going on. We can give them a little bit of respite for a week or so. That's a good thing. So, and we also want to pass on PMA. Don't forget positive mental attitude. When I tell you I'm living proof, you heard me talk about it, and you'll hear me talk about it continuously. It works.
Yeah.
Have a positive mental attitude in your day, every day. Also, you see people out there, your fellow humans, be kind to one another. We're all here on the planet just trying to make our way. And everyone has a story. As we say, you don't know what those stories are. Somebody could have gotten some bad news today, and you're screaming at them on the road because they didn't put their blinker on or something on the street. You don't know what people are going through, so be kind. Make eye contact and smile. Say a kind word. Shake the hand. Give them a hug if they're so inclined. If you see the men and ladies of the police department, the fire department, EMS and healthcare workers, and our nurses, especially our nurses, we love our nurses. They're all out there. Those folks are doing the things that we don't want to do. Make sure that you thank them, because we don't get a lot of thanks in our business. Not that we're looking for them, but every now and then it's nice to have a pat on the back and have a thank you. So, and then last but not least, our veterans worldwide in the free world. We love our veterans, past, present, and future. If you see those older veterans out there you'll see them with their hats or their shirt. Thank them for their service. And especially the ones that are out there today, the ones that are deployed today. They're out there on that proverbial wall, protecting our liberties and freedoms and keeping us safe. So I salute all our veterans. I love our veterans. God bless them. God bless Australia. God bless America. And God bless all of you guys in the chat.
And with that, folks, I'm going to go out with another Heroes Cruise clip. I'd like to thank you all for coming on. Thank you, Jimmy, very much for this. I hope it wasn't too painful and you enjoyed every second of it. So with that in mind, have a great day, folks, and we'll catch up with you later.
This one's for the ones who run toward the fire, and the ones who stand between us and the fight. You taste the red lights down a two-lane road, boots hitting pavement where the brave ones go. Through smoke and sirens, you never back down, pulling folks from the wreckage, turning lives around. Oh, I see you march with brothers by your side, stars and stripes waving on the other side. You leave your family, kiss them goodbye slow, carry the weight so the rest of us can go. To the heroes in blue and red and green, thank you for the courage we've all seen. From hometown streets to distant shores, you give your all and then give more. We're standing tall cause you stood first, grateful hearts beating strong and true, helping hands for cruising since it's too long. I say thank you, y'all, where you belong. When the call comes at 3 a.m., you're already gone, running into danger while we're singing this song. You wear the uniform, the badge, the scars, defending freedom near and far. Your kids wait up, your sweetheart prays for the day you walk back through the door someday. But you keep on giving day after day, living the promise in your own quiet way. To the heroes in blue and red and green, thank you for the courage we've all seen. On hometown streets to distant shores, you give your all and then give more. We're standing tall cause you stood first, grateful hearts beating strong and true, helping hands for cruising since it's too long. To say thank you, y'all, where you belong. So where the waves are gentle on that open sea, may peace find you like it found me. You've earned the sunset, the salt air breeze, a little healing for the soul, if you please. To the heroes in blue and red and green, thank you forever from sea to shining sea, from battlefields to burning skies so wide. You've held the line, you saved our pride. We're grateful every single day we breathe, for the lives you guard, the hope you leave, helping hands for cruising till it's on your way. Thank you, hero, keep lighting the way. Thank you, carry on, yeah. Carry on, yeah. Carry on, carry on, carry on.
Come from the land down under, where the sun is hot and bright, beaches cool and waves of thunder, morning turns to golden night. So much there is to see, my friend, from the city to the shore. Grab a stool, we'll find an end to keep us wanting more. Down under's calling, can't you hear? Echoes in the breeze, feel the magic everywhere, in the rustling of the trees. Mountains rise and rivers flow, adventures wait around, meet the world on a winding road in every little town. Oh, the land, it seems to me, with a tune as wild as sea, heads up high and